G'day mates, Grasshopper here. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be an Overwatch updated guide or overview on the hero Junkrat. This crazy Australian had a few changes that basically my old overview is now outdated, so I just wanted to make this video to update it and so people can use this video to learn how to play the new and improved Junkrat. So let's get right into it. Junkrat is a defense hero. He has high power, he has 200 health, and medium mobility. And according to the Overwatch wiki, Junkrat is a 2-star hero. That means he's a medium difficulty to use. Now let's move on to his weapon. Junkrat has a frag launcher, or just simply a grenade launcher. He fires arcing grenades that do splash damage when they explode, and the frag launcher has 5 grenades in a clip, and it takes 1.5 seconds to reload. A grenade will do 120 damage if it directly hits an enemy, and the splash damage from a grenade does anywhere from 80 to 12.5 damage in a 2-meter radius from the grenade. So at the center of the grenade, if you walk over a grenade, that splash damage will hit you with 80 if you're right on top of it, and then up to 2 meters out, the damage falls to 12.5. So this is very deadly to any DPS heroes that only have 200 health. But yourself as Junkrat, take no damage because of his passive ability I'll get into in a second. So here are Junkrat's abilities on your screen now. Junkrat's ultimate is Rip Tire. This is where he pulls the explosive tire off of his back that you can control to drive quickly across the ground and up walls to then move into a position to detonate on enemies. You have 10 seconds before the Rip Tire automatically explodes, and Junkrat cannot move while you're controlling the Rip Tire, so make sure you're in a safe and hidden spot. The Rip Tire only has 100 health, so you want to avoid damage by moving it around erratically. Once you have it where you want, you can detonate it to do anywhere from 600 to 60 damage in a 10-meter radius from the tire. So same thing with the grenades, 600 at the center, falling to 60 at the edge of that 10 meters. And that's a radius, so it's a 20-meter diameter circle. I recommend using the element of surprise and climbing walls to attack from above with the Rip Tire. You can actually jump it off a wall into the air. It can climb walls infinitely now. Before it could only climb up a little bit and then would automatically fall back down. Junkrat's first ability is Concussion Mine, and this is where Junkrat throws a Concussion Mine a short distance which he can detonate whenever to damage enemies and send them flying, or propel himself through the air. You get 2 mines to start, but you can only detonate 1 at a time. Throwing a second one will delete the first one, so be sure to use that first one, as in you can't throw 2 on the ground and blow them both up at the same time, like that first one will just disappear. A mine will do 120 damage at the center of a 3-meter radius circle, and the damage will decrease rapidly towards the edge of the circle. You want to try to land the mine on an enemy to get the most damage, or throw one into a group of enemies to charge your ult. The most reliable way to secure a kill with a Concussion Mine is comboing with the Steel Trap, so you trap an enemy and detonate a mine which will kill 200 health heroes as long as they're not being healed. Probably the best thing about the Concussion Mine is you can send yourself into the air by detonating it when you're on it, and you can actually go a good distance. An advanced technique is to use multiple mines to fly through the air. You can place one on the ground, wait 8 seconds, so you'll have 2 more mines, then you detonate that first, throw the second one right below you, detonate it, and you do the same for the third if you like. This can allow Junkrat to even attack a Pharah in the sky. Junkrat's next ability is Steel Trap, and this is where Junkrat places a steel trap that will catch enemies and hold them for a short time. The trap does 80 damage when an enemy is grabbed, so combining it with a Concussion Mine can kill 200 health heroes right away. It stuns the enemies for 1 second and holds them in it for 3 seconds, so you and your teammates can pile damage into that enemy. The trap is slightly hidden to enemies, but they can destroy it before it grabs them since it only has 100 health, but they can't destroy it once they're grabbed by it. This ability cools down in 10 seconds. Junkrat has a passive ability, and it's called Total Mayhem. This basically means Junkrat is immune to his own explosive damage, and when he dies he drops 6 grenades that do 50 damage each. This passive allows Junkrat to spam his grenades wherever without fear of killing himself, and when you die, you want to try to be close to an enemy so they get hit by the 300 damage explosion. Let's move on to Junkrat's counters. Junkrat is good against slow comps because of his spammy attacks. So he's strong against Bastion, Zenyatta, Torbjorn, Reinhardt, and D.Va. Junkrat is weak against Pharah, Genji, Reaper, and ranged heroes like McCree, Soldier, Hanzo, and Widowmaker. Also, Zarya is on here outlined in red because she sometimes counters Junkrat, but it all depends on if she's smart enough to absorb his grenade damage to charge her energy, which makes her a monster. Let's move on to the how to use Junkrat. Junkrat is most effective when played on high ground, overlooking an objective, or choke point. You want to fire grenades towards the enemy to send spam damage their way, and use your trap to either protect your flank or trap an enemy below you that you can easily kill. You want to use his Concussion Mines to get around or escape an attacker that's close to you. You have a massive amount of burst damage potential if you use your abilities correctly. Firing a few grenades towards an enemy and throwing a Concussion Mine will usually kill them. Stay near your team, but also on the high ground because it's hard to hit enemies above you with arcing projectiles. If you're trying to shoot up, you have to basically get that grenade up on the high ground or it'll just come back down at you before it explodes. Alright guys, so that's it for the Junkrat overview. Junkrat is a really fun hero, but you just have to try to be accurate and do a lot of damage to groups of enemies. The Junkrat is still very effective, so y'all should try him out. And you can check out all the other Overwatch guides in the playlist that is linked at the end. As always, I hope y'all have a good day, and goodbye.